Bolshevik revolution is in full swing. Radicals of all stripes, radical African Americans, radical whites, radical Muslims, radical atheists especially, and of course anarchists, are claiming that we should now defund the police department, leaving the American people totally defenseless. And in fact, those cities that decide to do that, frankly, they deserve what they get, because at that point, people will simply leave that city, and that'll be it for that city. But the overall problem here is that we're going to have complete anarchy, complete civil revolution, and it's going to be extremely dangerous for the American people. Now, as usual, Freedom Watch is doing something about it. Watch what we do in Philadelphia. I'm representing a number of Philadelphia policemen. I've had Philadelphia policemen in my family, frankly. I know what goes on there, and I'm from Philadelphia. That's where I was born, the birthplace of liberty. But we don't have liberty anymore. And these policemen had their private Twitter accounts and also Facebook accounts hacked by a project called Plainview Project, which we believe is funded by George Soros. And there was nothing obnoxious or objectionable that was on those accounts. Sometimes there were retweets. You have to understand that policemen are under a tremendous amount of pressure. They can be killed at any time. But the district attorney, Larry Krasner, someone who was elected with the money of George Soros, the mayor who's running for re-election or did run for re-election, and the police chief, no longer there. He was removed for a sexual harassment complaint. The current police chief, if you can believe it, in Philadelphia is by the name of Danielle Outlaw. Great name, Danielle Outlaw. They took her from L.A., African-American woman, basically just for cover. Philadelphia is completely out of control. And we're going to use that as an example of how we clean this up. Now, if we don't have police officers to defend us, who defends us? Who is going to help you when your house is broken into at gunpoint? Who's going to assist you with domestic violence matters? This is the beginning of an effort by the socialists and the communists in this country and others, other radicals, to take this country over. And frankly, they're in large part succeeding. Now, one thing that's really true, it's unfortunate what happened to George Floyd, or again, I can't remember his name with two first names and no disrespect. The guy was a 5-time convicted felon, once for armed robbery. Don't cry for me, Argentina. The fact that he's no longer here, and that doesn't excuse what the police officer did, is not the worst thing that's happened to humanity. But there are people from all stripes, all races, etc., getting down on their knees, begging forgiveness, and the result is police are going to be harmed as a result of this. Now, 99% of all policemen are respectful. If you treat them with respect, they'll treat you with respect. And when you're talking about hate crimes, my group, I'm a Jewish Christian. Hate crimes against Jews are much bigger than against African Americans, but Jews are not calling for defunding the police. I can assure you of that, because they actually protect them. And that's my message, is that Freedom Watch is always at the forefront. And I say it as it is. I'm not going to pander, and even Fox News is pandering to those people who will dignify what's been going on with defunding the police. And as Candace Owens said, a brave African-American woman, this guy, Lloyd, was no hero. He was no martyr. And the fact that Joe Biden shows up for his funeral and everybody else shows you, frankly, what a bunch of prostitutes they are. And let's talk about China right now, too, because we're the only ones that are doing anything about that. Communist China, not the Chinese people. They're good people. But the communist Chinese leadership are evil. And we've sued them for the damage they've caused to this country. And we filed a criminal complaint in The Hague. So go to freedomwatchusa.org. Sign up for our class action. See if you qualify. Support our criminal case against the Chinese. Support our cases dealing with the police and dealing with others, because we're the only ones that'll do it. Who's going to do it? You know, Bill Barr is going to be on Fox News tonight, spewing forth the same worthless garbage. Okay? I'm tired of lip service from this Justice Department. This Justice Department hasn't done squat, zero, nada. Not an indictment of Comey, not an indictment of McCabe, not an indictment of the Obamas, and Obama continues to whip up racial division. No indictment of the Clintons, No indictment of anybody, frankly. And this is what we're dealing with. So you need Freedom Watch. Go to freedomwatchusa.org. Share this podcast. You can find it at Spotify, iTunes, Roku, Amazon Fire, Facebook, and Twitter. Share it far and wide and join Freedom Watch's Justice League. We are your Justice Department. God bless you. God bless your family. Stay safe. We need the police. We need to take action against China. We need to do it for ourselves. We have no government Justice Department. Until tomorrow, thank you for listening to me, and God bless you and your family.